next to my money. You know what?
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power. Hey, look at my dogs from. It was way back then, you could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich, then went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. Ay, how did the lady go miss? Her she was magic, she mixed.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Washington football team.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
Set to go from Detroit as Matt Prater approaches and booms it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He's taken down at the 30.
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory.
Complete.
Big yardage that time for Washington. 58 yards.
9-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Flushed out right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll hand it off. It's Love. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Shotgun handoff now for Love. And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Double team, and it's intercepted. Shot in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Slings this deep and this is caught inside the 5. And he takes Banks it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 12 on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Lions nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 5.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 39.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deron Bowman. And he'll stop shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. 1st quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
From the gun, it's Haskins. They're looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and this one will be brought back to the 22. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Takes over 1st and 10.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 48-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it'll be 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Nicholson picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax.
Well, he's into the clear. The 40, 30, and all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 54 yards.
10 at the 24-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the gun, here's Stafford. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 14.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head.
Accelerating, and off he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And Washington has taken the lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation. Knowing when it exists to go to it, they did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that's going to be intercepted. Collins, the Pro Bowl safety, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now Haskins on first down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Washington 28, Lions 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. The The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Ball carrier.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
That's good for a Lions. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Ball carrier.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
He's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And now here's another interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the route is on here in this 1st half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
5-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
First play of the drive there is incomplete. Once more, he was trying to get it to Kenny Galladay. That'll bring up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he's got room. He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now Stafford. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll be taken down with a 1st down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
7 brings up 2nd and 3. at the 9-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Stafford. And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 30. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They turn to Love on the handoff. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Love. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this offense continues to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this one?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the 2nd half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 21, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington.
Dustin Hopkins on for the extra point.
So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number 1, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this 2nd one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you have your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Stafford here coming off his pick 6. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, it'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Taken in the end zone. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Stafford going to give it to Swift. Nice run past the 30-yard line there. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
To throw is Stafford. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
It's Washington 62, Lions 14.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. 2nd and 15. Here's a handoff to Swift. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
He's tackled at the 20.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Running to start the drive is Love. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A huge play there for Washington. 42 yards.
On the play. 1st down, Washington.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Haskins on 1st down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
10-yard line.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
To number 17.
10 yards on the touchdown pass. And this Washington offense continuing to add to their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
5-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up! Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On 1st down, Swift. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to throw, Stafford. Oh my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
At the 34.
So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. They're going to snap this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. Staying on the ground, it's Love. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. From the gun, Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
17.
Terry McLaurin, 46 yards. And the interception by the Washington defense leads to a touchdown. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
5-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Going for the right side here, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 21.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Stafford on 1st down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Detroit Lions, 1st down.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Looking for Hawkinson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hawkinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And it's for pride now, but the Lions do get a bit closer. Prater for the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me wasn't that
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
To throw on third down, Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a first down, Washington, on a pickup of 18.
Gain of 18 on the play. And the Washington first down.
On first down, here's Love. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Here's Love again. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 40-yard line. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On first down, it's Haskins. And this will be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Washington on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. Picked off at the 20. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Is this ball game? Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Stafford. He's going to let it go again. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 18. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
A gain of a yard.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
From midfield now, Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 10-yard line.
First and goal.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. From 10 yards out. And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. He's going to try and go deep again. He's got a man complete. Takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Lions gain a bit of respectability.
For the point after.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
To kick off for Detroit.
And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded near the back of the end zone.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The throw by Haskins complete to McLaurin. before reaching the 21. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Haskins. Finding room to the 20. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 31 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes this Washington 90. Lions 28.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
He was brought down by...
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
4th down.
They'll try it now with Swift. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
For the Lions.
15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They got the lead 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Desmond Trufant. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. This this game still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Extra point good by Prater as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 30, 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone, and you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out, and I think their philosophy is we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken about 7 yards deep.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And 7.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Calling a gain of